Okay, I got a comment from Ben Johnson, and he saw my previous video about how when I was going through a pretty tough time, I was taking Ativan, which is a benzodiazepine, or just a benzo for short. As I understand, cloponin, which is the one you're using, has a longer half-life. So I think you can take one and it lasts for quite a few hours, while Ativan I think only lasts about 6 hours. There was a time when I was taking the Ativan daily, and it was even for maybe as long as 4 months. And it was when I had some other problems with the COVID. I just couldn't sleep, and it wasn't just the tinnitus. And it was getting so bad that if I didn't sleep, I was going to have some health problems, and I was having emotional problems. And the Ativan would at least get me an hour or two of sleep. It was that bad. Sometimes as many as 3 or 4 hours. But the problem with benzos is they have a half-life, and they wear off, and they'll tend to wear off faster and faster, and the body will adapt to them, and you'll need more. Now, you can research the dosage. Like, let's say the doctor prescribed you, I don't know how much cloponin is, but maybe it's 1 milligram. Okay, just saying. I don't know how much they say. And first look up what's the smallest dose you can take. Maybe there's some people that are taking 0.5 milligram or 1/4 milligram. Start with that, or even a little less than that, like do 1/8 of a milligram. Get the scissors, get the cutting machines out, and see if the smallest amount possible will help you. And then go up a little as you need to, but see if you can get under the amount that they say. And maybe you could do that every day for a while, especially when you're like under the recommended daily dose. You're under what the average user uses. That's probably maintainable for a few months, several months. But in the grand scheme of life, you don't want to be on those for a long period of time. That said, my mother has been taking Xanax for like 10 plus years, and she just stays on the same dose. I think it's 0.5 milligram for her, and I think she's okay, but just you have to be very, very aware that the tendency is the drugs don't have as strong of an effect as they did before, and then you have to take more, and then you have to take more, and then it gets very dangerous. So I'm not against, if it's going to get you out of a bad spot and you feel that you've got the confidence that you can quit. I did. I quit twice. I used the Ativan to help me sleep when I was at my very, very worst, and then I tried some other sleeping medications, and they worked, and then they stopped working, and I got desperate, and I said I need another prescription for Ativan. And the doctor was hesitated. They didn't want to give it to me, but they gave it to me. And but I always took a smaller dose than what they recommended. I think the most I ever took was maybe 1 milligram, or just over 1 milligram. And but I then it was like 0.5, and then it was 0.25, and I got down to like 1/8 of a pill, of the smallest pill. Oh, that's another thing I'll tell you. Let's suppose the pill comes in a couple of different sizes. Usually they don't always usually give you the smallest size. See what the smallest size pill they'll be willing to give you is, and get that one, and then cut that one, because that way you can make micro adjustments to the dose to suit you. When you have a larger dose, you can't really make micro adjustments, and that way you can just slightly go up or slightly go down, rather than take a big amount and keep taking a big amount and that sort of thing. So it would be better if you don't have to take it. But if it'll get you out of a tight spot, if you're just really desperate, you're just super anxious all the time, why are you going to take it? Because it's going to buy you some time while you work on yourself to be able to manage this better. And I did, and I'm okay now. But I was in a terrible state. So you've got to have some hope that you can manage this, because you can. You absolutely can. So I don't want you to feel like you're going to always need this drug. So I don't know if you like my answer, but I just have to be as, candid as possible. Benzos can cause some people some real problems. But if you can keep the dose small, you could be like my mother and be on it for years. Or maybe it'll get you through a few months and then you can get off of them. But look out, because if you have to keep increasing that dose, that's not where you want to go. Okay? So that's my answer. Like I say, I would like to be a nice guy on this one, but I can't be too nice. So best wishes. I hope you'll figure out the best way.